All right, let's dive into this gold IRA thing, huh?
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's gold, right? It's going to be a safe bet. It's been around forever.
Right.
You know, you hear all these stories about people diversifying their retirement portfolio, making it more, tangible or whatever.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you hear these horror stories about scams.
No.
So how do we, square those two things?
Yeah. You're right to be kind of cautious, right?
Yeah.
A gold IRA, the idea itself, totally legit. It's a way to have physical gold as part of your retirement. But like anything that sounds complicated
Right.
and involves something that people think is really valuable,
Right.
it's going to attract some bad actors.
Yeah.
Some people who are going to try and take advantage.
Yeah.
So knowledge is power here.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're not saying don't do gold IRAs. We're just saying
It's-
be careful.
Yeah.
Know what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
Do your research.
Be informed.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got this guide, right? Gold IRA scams in 2024. It seems like they write a new one of these every year.
Yeah, they're pretty common, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this one's got some, really interesting examples in it,
Okay.
Like real-life stories of how these scams work.
Okay. So give me a for instance here.
Okay, so one of the biggest red flags right off the bat is if someone's pushing this home storage idea. Like they make it sound really appealing.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're in control. You've got your gold right there,
Yeah.
safe and sound in your, basement or whatever.
Yeah.
But the IRS, they have very strict rules about where you can store this stuff.
Right.
And your house. Doesn't matter how safe you think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't count.
It's not going to fly with the IRS, right?
No. And then you're not only talking about maybe your gold getting stolen.
Right.
You're talking about tax problems, penalties.
Oh, a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's a mess. You don't want that.
That's way more scary than I even thought it was.
It's true. And this is where that whole fiduciary duty thing comes in.
All right.
Like a legit gold IRA provider, they have to act in your best interest.
Okay.
Legally.
Right.
They would never even suggest something like that.
Because it would put me at risk.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so how do I know if I'm dealing with someone who's actually looking out for me?
So you got to do your homework, right? It's like, don't just go with the first flashy website you see or
Right.
whatever. Like, sounds too good to be true because it probably is.
Right.
Check out places like FINRA.
Okay.
They regulate financial advisors. The SEC, they've got info.
Securities and Exchange Commission, right.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, don't be afraid to pick up the phone.
Okay.
Talk to someone, ask questions.
So you're saying, actually talk to a person.
It can make a difference.
Huh. All right, so I'm sensing a theme here. Knowledge is power.
100%.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, if someone's being shady, they'll try to rush you or avoid answering.
So red flag if they don't want to answer my questions.
Totally.
Okay, what else we got?
All right, so speaking of things that sound too good to be true, let's talk about rare coins.
Woo, rare coins. Okay, I'm intrigued. This is what? Finding a treasure map in your attic.
It kind of feels like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they get you. Because who doesn't love the idea of owning something rare and valuable?
Right.
But here's the thing. The guide talks about how some of these companies, they inflate the value of these so-called rare coins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they prey on people who maybe don't know a lot about, numismatics.
Right.
So it's like...
So you're saying I can't just go down to the coin-op laundry and hope I find a raw nickel?
No.
Oh.
It's more complicated than that. But that's why it's so important to get a second opinion, especially with something like rare coins.
Yeah.
Talk to an expert, someone who has no dog in the fight.
Independent. Okay.
Exactly. See if you're actually getting a fair deal or if they're just, shining things up to make them look prettier than they are.
So don't get blinded by the what do they say? All that glitters.
Isn't gold?
There you go.
Exactly. All right, so we're doing our homework. We're getting second opinions. What else should we be thinking about? Okay, so we've talked about really digging into these providers and doing our homework.
Right.
But what about online reviews?
Yeah.
Can I trust those?
That's a great question. It's tricky, right?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, the Better Business Bureau and sites like that, they can give you some info.
Yeah.
But anyone can write a review. Right. That's true.
It's not like they're checking IDs.
Yeah. So how do I tell if it's legit or if it's some guy in his basement who's being paid to write good reviews?
Right. Or their competitor down the street trying to,
exactly
make them look bad. Yeah.
Okay. So what am I looking for?
Details, man.
Okay.
Like, does it sound like a real person who actually had an experience?
Right.
Or is it just like, 5 stars, great company?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, nobody talks like that.
Okay.
Look for specifics. Did they name the person they worked with?
Okay.
What kind of gold did they buy? Stuff like that.
So it should feel real.
Yeah, authentic,
Okay.
And if every single review is glowing,
Yeah.
that's kind of suspicious, too.
Right, like too good to be true again?
Exactly. You want a little balance,
Okay, so don't just look at the stars, read what they say.
Read between the lines, even.
Okay, this is good. This is good stuff. All right, so I've read the reviews. I'm feeling good. What about fees?
Ah, yes, fees. Gotta love them.
Every time I turn around, there's another fee.
Right. It's like they get you coming and going.
So gold IRAs, what am I looking at here?
So